Welcome back to Football Daily, everyone, and it's that time of the season where we reveal our team of the year for the Premier League. Goalkeeper, Alisson. When Liverpool assessed their 2017-18 season, it was clear that their biggest problem lay between the sticks. Leaving aside Loris Karius' Champions League final disaster, the Reds conceded 38 in the league despite allowing under 36 XG, and those 2 goals made a difference, with the Reds finishing 4th despite Understat rating them the second best side in the league. So Klopp spent £67 million on Roma stopper Alisson, who had been named UCL and Serie A Keeper of the Season in 2017-18, and a year later, it's clear that it was money well spent. At present, Liverpool have allowed 20 goals in the league, 7 fewer than expected goals suggests, while Ederson, who made the official team of the year, is less than 3 goals ahead of expectation. And when you dig deeper, it's clear that Alisson is not just an upgrade on Mignolet and Karius, but truly elite. As after early season jitters, he saved 78% of the shots he's faced, with StatsBomb predicting the average keeper would stop just 70. Meanwhile, the Brazilian is great under pressure, maintaining the best pass accuracy of any Premier League keeper when pressed, and his playmaking has helped Liverpool vary their build-up play and break down even the toughest defences. In the process, they've gone from Champions League underdogs into a side capable of taking nearly 100 points in domestic football, and playing without fear at the Camp Nou and Allianz Arena. Money well spent. Defender, Wan-Bissaka. By this point, if you've seen any of our videos, you'll have heard us rave about Crystal Palace rookie Wan-Bissaka, who has gone from obscurity to superstardom in one of the best debut seasons in recent Premier League history. But what's so special about him? Well, the Croydon-born right-back leads all Premier League fullbacks in dribbles with 61, 16 ahead of Ricardo Pereira in second. He leads all Premier League fullbacks in interceptions with 82, 25 ahead of Lucas Digne in second, and he leads all Premier League fullbacks in tackles with 124, 22 ahead of Azpilicueta in second. In fact, he's been dribbled past just 10 times in 33 games this year. No one has attempted more than 45 tackles and been dribbled past fewer times, and AWB has attempted an insane 134. Giving him a tackle success rate of 93%. At 6 feet tall, he's useful when it comes to defending set pieces too, ranking 12th among fullbacks for aerial wins, winning the ball 60% of the time. Pretty remarkable for a 21-year-old. And while he's registered just 2 assists in league play, it's reasonable to expect that playing for a better side, with better forwards to aim at and less time on the back foot, will translate into bigger creative numbers. Fully expected to leave this summer, Wan-Bissaka should be on the shopping list of every team but Bayern, Liverpool and Juventus in 2019. But if you want to know where he could be going and all the other transfer gossip, make sure you're subscribed to Football Daily and click the notification bell so you're reminded on every single upload. Defender, Virgil van Dijk. As good as Alisson's been, the Brazilian hasn't had the busiest season. Across Europe's top 5 leagues, only Man City and Bayern Munich have allowed fewer shots per game than Liverpool, with 7.9 a game. Despite the claims of some Reds fans, you can't put all of that down to Van Dijk, with Klopp adjusting his team to play deeper and press less, resulting in the defensive line being less exposed. But when called upon, the Dutchman has been superb. Though he's only attempted just over 1 tackle per match in the Prem, Van Dijk has succeeded with all 35 of the challenges he's made. And in the air, he continues to rank among the continent's most dominant centre-halves, winning a ridiculous 75% of his aerial duels. But like all of the best centre-backs these days, Van Dijk is more than a defender, and his inch-perfect long passing enables Liverpool to spring their lethal front line in seconds. With a pass ac of 90% and over 5 accurate long balls a game, he's the best of the old generation of defenders combined with the finesse of the new school. It's just a pity it's taken him until the age of 27 to find his way to a UCL contender. Defender, Aymeric Laporte. Imagine being as good as Aymeric Laporte and not having a single call-up for your national team. The Frenchman had a mixed 2018, becoming a Premier League centurion, but having to watch his countrymen win the World Cup from his sofa. And he's played this campaign like he wants to make certain that he never experiences that again. Like every Guardiola centre-back, Laporte is a distributor first, and among all Premier League players, only Jorginho and our other centre-back Virgil van Dijk have completed more passes this season. The former Athletic Bilbao defender is just as good a distributor as his partner in our team, ranking 8th in Prem outfielders for long balls completed per game, all the more remarkable when you recall that Connor Cody's aiming at Raul Jimenez and Ben Mee has Chris Wood to hit. Laporte's long balls are finding Bernardo Silva, Aguero and Sterling, all under 5'9". Thanks to their attacking brilliance, it often goes unnoticed that Man City have conceded fewer goals than any side in Europe's top 5 leagues, except for title rivals Liverpool. And they've done it despite a revolving door of left-back options, with Laporte always there and always solid. Yet to turn 25, his ceiling might not exist. Defender, Andy Robertson. On 11 assists for the year, Andy Robertson is currently tied with Joshua Kimmich for the title of Europe's most creative defender. That number perhaps overstates his output a bit, with good finishing from Mane, Firmino and Salah resulting in him overperforming his expected assists by about 3. But the Scot has a truly magical delivery from the flank, racking up 1.4 chances created a game, not far off Paul Pogba's numbers. Defensively, Robertson is a horrible prospect for forwards to face. Strong and extremely quick, he wins possession 3 times per 90 minutes, but only fouls once every 2 matches. His pace and stamina also gives him a Kante-esque quality on Liverpool's left, enabling him to push up the field and track back in defence, giving the sense that opponents are facing 12 men. After down seasons for Alaba, Alexandro and Marcelo, Robertson has put himself in the conversation with Jordi Alba for the title of the best left-back in the world. And at 25, he's the youngest of the contenders, suggesting that he can lock down the accolade in years to come. An £8 million signing from Hull, Robertson could end up one of the Reds' best transfer bargains ever. Midfielder, Fernandinho. As good as Bernardo Silva has been this year, and he's been fantastic, turning from a decent winger into an excellent midfielder, he's not City's most important player in the centre of the park, and nor is Kevin De Bruyne or even David Silva. Instead, it's Fernandinho, who at 34 remains the truly essential cog in Pep's winning machine, with 2 of City's 4 Premier League defeats coming while the Brazilian was out injured. That spell without the former Shakhtar player turned the Prem from a coronation into a race. But remarkably, despite missing out on Fred and Jorginho in the 2018 transfer window, the citizens are likely to end the 2018-19 season having dropped just 30 points on their last 228, thanks to their midfield linchpin. One of the most intelligent footballers in the league, Fernandinho makes around 5 tackles and interceptions a game when adjusted for possession, and he also advances the ball into the final third over 10 times each match, putting him in the top 15 players in Europe. Having played 42 games to date this year, Fernandinho has lost 4, drawn 3 and won 35, getting booked less than once every 4 matches, and even filling in at centre-back when needed. After 6 years in Manchester, he's made more appearances for the club than Sean Gota, and next year could pass 300 games in the blue shirt, most of them outstanding. Midfielder, Joao Moutinho. Understandably, the hype in Wolves' stellar 2018-19 season has mostly been reserved for 22-year-old Ruben Neves, but as good as the youngster is, the best player in Nuno Espirito Santo's midfield is Joao Moutinho. A full decade older than his partner, the Portuguese has contributed a goal and 8 assists from his deep position this year, with 2.4 key passes a match, meaning that only James Maddison, Eden Hazard and Ryan Fraser have created more chances in the Prem overall. 29 players have appeared in every game of the Premier League this season. Of those, 20 are outfielders, and of those, just 3 are over 30. Bruno Manga, Glenn Murray and Moutinho, who plays the most physically demanding position, and his work rate is higher than ever. Always a classy passer, leading Wolves in accuracy and hitting 4 long balls a match, Moutinho also racks up a huge 3.4 tackles per 90 minutes, with only Ndidi, Gay, Wan-Bissaka and Pereira managing more in the Prem. A title winner with Porto and Monaco, Moutinho has been invaluable in a squad mostly new to top flight football, granting both experience and quality for the low price of just £5 million. His success shows that top clubs can still find bargains, if they know where to look. Forward, Mohamed Salah. At the time of writing, only 6 players across Europe have outscored Mo Salah in domestic play, and none of them are in the Premier League. In fact, no one in the Prem has been involved in more goals than his 29. But the drop from his insane 42 contributions in 2017-18 apparently convinced voters that the Egyptian didn't deserve a place in this season's Team of the Year, despite him outperforming Sadio Mane in every possible measurement. Salah is definitely facing more pressure this campaign, with his shot numbers dropping from 4.4 with 3.4 from inside the box to 3.7 with 2.5 inside the box. But like many truly great players, the former Roma man has adapted, producing more and better chances for his teammates than before, and in the process putting up 0.9 expected goals and assists per 90 minutes, actually slightly better than Raheem Sterling on 0.89. If Salah can finish the season as top scorer again, he would be one of just 4 men to do so in consecutive seasons in the last 20 years, joining Kane, Van Persie and Thierry Henry. And having seen his 32 strikes merely take Liverpool to 4th in 2017-18, this year he's been an attacking star on a side which is likely to end the season as one of the 3 best sides in the history of English football, whether they win the title or not. Forward, Raheem Sterling. As great as Van Dijk was this year, Raheem Sterling would have been a deserving player of the season, getting into double figures for the 2nd consecutive campaign and once again passing 10 assists too, with his tally of 27 goal contributions better than David Silva and Bernardo Silva combined at the time of writing. Also City's top dribbler, Sterling racks up more than half an expected goal a game, elite striker numbers, while providing 0.4 expected assists per 90 minutes, the 3rd best in England. Playing on the right, the left and even through the middle, Sterling looks more like a striker than ever before, and is truly pivotal to Guardiola's side, having been subbed off just twice in 23 appearances since the beginning of 2019. If Sergio Aguero had not been fractionally offside, Sterling's season would have been capped with a sensational hat-trick to send the Citizens through their Champions League quarter-final against Tottenham, bringing the club just their 2nd European Cup semi in their 125-year lifespan. The quadruple was not to be, but at only 24, Sterling still has plenty of time to make history. Forward, Eden Hazard. No one has more goal involvements in the Premier League than Eden Hazard on 31, but somehow he missed out on a place in the PFA Team of the Year. In addition to his 16 goals, Hazard currently has 15 assists, the best total in England and across Europe's top 5 leagues. Having played around 200 minutes fewer than Salah, the Belgian also boasts a superior strike rate, getting involved in a goal every 97 minutes. And despite his brace of domestic titles, this campaign might well be Hazard's most impressive on an individual level, as he ranks 1st in the Premier League for completed dribbles, 2nd for chances created, and 9th for shots from inside the box. And he's done all this in a weak side. At the time of writing, Pedro is Chelsea's 2nd highest scorer with 8, making the Blues the only team in the top 6 to have just one player reach double figures. As a consequence, Hazard has been one of the main reasons the club reached top 4 this season, contributing to 48% of his team's goals. By comparison, Aubameyang has only been involved in 35% for Arsenal. With Real Madrid beckoning, if this season turns out to be Hazard's last in London, it will be a fitting goodbye for a talent which has defined the last decade of English football. Forward, Sergio Aguero. Aymeric Aubameyang has had a brilliant year. On a bad side, he has kept pace with the Prem's top forwards, as well as doing ball progression and hard defensive yards on the wing, while competing in the famously exhausting Europa League. And yet he isn't even close to taking the striker spot in our side, a testament to the permanent class of Sergio Aguero. The Argentinian entered the season on the back of a poor World Cup, but in Pep Guardiola's team, he's sparked, scoring 20+ league goals for the 5th consecutive year and reaching 5th on the all-time Premier League top scorers chart, with Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard looking catchable. He leads the division in shots per game and is 2nd for shots inside the box to Gabby Jesus, while equalling his best assist tally as a professional with 8. In fact, he has the same number of goals and assists as Cristiano Ronaldo has for Juve, but he's played 120 minutes fewer than the Portuguese, and only 2 of his strikes were penalties compared to 5 for Ronaldo. Amazingly, it's just Aguero's 2nd time making the PFA Team of the Year, and given that he will be turning 31 this summer, there aren't too many seasons like this left in the former Atletico Madrid man. The Prem should enjoy one of its greatest ever strikers while it can. So that was Football Daily's Team of the Year in the Premier League, but what did you guys think? Have we missed out on any players? Do you think Mane should have been on our side? Vote in the poll above and also let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this, please check out the video on screen right now. And as always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.